This is you and your highest self I'm really getting here. Sky Striker Ace and Mastermind. It's like your highest self is always behind you, kind of like, being like the wave, or how do I say this? Like maybe the source, and you are the wave. You can see are creating like slashes through infinity, you could say. And like you are full on using your highest self as like a booster. Like you're like a rocket, and that is your booster, your highest self. So keep, that's like your ignition. Cool. And you are both this kind of person, kind of like what we were saying earlier, the silver and gold. You are a dualist, and you can see even your silver side has gold streaks in its hair now. But that Naruto eating ramen in joy, like loving everything that he's doing, like he loves Ichiraku ramen. Like that is a lot of joy being produced from Naruto, and that is his gold, right? And Yusei is again someone that we've talked about it before, a duelist that does not smile unless it's necessary, or unless like someone like earns it, you could say, like someone genuinely makes him smile. But you can see there's gold streaks in his hair for a reason. Like when he does smile, it is like precious, you could say, to God. It's like even cooler, than you could say most joy, because it's like it's silver smiling. It's like it's a really cool thing. Like gold being always in joy, and silver being that protective side that protects the joy. But you were that silver before, so now your silver is so strong that it has gold streaks. Like it's very cool. And kind of the same thing here, the same kind of deal. The gold version being that like like I'm gonna become Hokage, believe it. And that silver side of you, that like shadow side of you, always ready for a duel, no matter what. And you have awakened to be able to wield the Holy Spirit. That's what you've awakened to do, to like wield the Holy Spirit. To be a warrior of it and wield it. And you are like you are, how do I say this, like when you're about to move, when you're about to high five, when you are about to make a move, the Holy Spirit is like, you are like being charged by it, you could say. You are like, channeling it through your strength. It's beautiful to see to God. It's beautiful to see that kind of like ability to awaken with the Holy Spirit within you further, and like use it as well. And you are this royal, like, Atlantean, Gemini, like serpent snake, you could say, of a guide. Of a guiding Quem. It's like you are even, how would I say this? You have been every single one of these kinds of things. You've been royalty, you've been the serpent, you've been the guide, but you're also like, in this right day and age, right, you are the like royal serpent guide, if that makes sense. You are now like the royal serpent guide. Like you've been royalty, you've been the serpent, like the shadow, and now you're a guide that can, have the traits of both. And no matter what, as long as you are branded in high spirits, you are doing, like you are being gold. You are doing everything that your highest self needs you to do, as long as you're branded in high spirits. As long as you're guiding everyone to joy, one way or another. As long as you're guiding everyone to laughs and light and, love, even if you have to use your shadow. 444 on the timer, even if you have to use your shadow. Like Christ is saying, you have lost, what it means to be like branded about, how would I say this, like branded by judgment, where it's like, there was never judgment to begin with. You just always were thought you were, you were judged by God, you could say, of like everything you do. But Christ is telling you now, like, let that go. Let that branded like leave you. Let that brand leave you of like, thinking like you're a sinner, or thinking you are not good enough, or, not holy, or not virtuous or righteous. You know, it's like any one of them, but you know, again, everything is a balance, right? No matter what, everything is a balance. You can be like too holy, even trying to be too holy, trying to be too righteous, trying to be too like too much of God's hand, where it's like, you know, no one can even see you as anything but like a zealot. You know, they want to be able to see you as a human. The Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, like what I'm really seeing here right now, they want to see you as one with them in human form. In human form, you know, they want to see that happen. They don't want this, like, you know, I'm only this zealot that only can say, you know, how do I say this, like the most, not just basic aspects of God, but more of like sticking to the script, you know, if that makes sense, like sticking to the script about God. They need people to be one with the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, in clearly in human form, and not saying, you know, I am this righteous being. I like, hey, like I know this, like, you know, it's like, hey, like, no, I'm in this world too. I'm right here with you. Like, I know what the shadow means. I know what the abyss can hold. Trust me. But let me tell you something. No matter what, God is always with us. God is always there. God is always able to bring us into the joy that makes all the shadow in the world, makes all the darkness in the world not even matter. And here's the thing. You know that, like, shadow within you, they're going to be like, yeah, like, you know, to be honest, like, I do, you know, it's, like, I don't know, is it against me? Is it like, you know, is it the devil? And you'd be like, oh, no, like, the devil wishes it was that cool. Like, your shadow is you. Your shadow is you, and the one that can help you survive in this world. And a lot of, you know, like, I would give someone a reference to Christ of being like Joker from Fire Force. He's a shadow hero. He's a dark hero. He even says, like, you know, it's gonna be a hero of light to win this war, you could say. And like, you are that hero of light, but you have that shadow, and like maybe even Christ is your shadow. Who knows? It's kind of the same thing. It's like the balance of things, you know. Be careful not to mess with the balance of things, because everything is not what it seems. Like, we are all wizards in a pretty waverly place, like in a pretty wavy place, you know. You can create waves, like this reading started with you, with your highest self, like right behind you, always being like your you know, how do I say this, like your ignition force. And you are just like, as long as you're moving, you're making waves, and you are the ace, Sky Striker ace. It's like you are doing it. And this is like this is one of like the 3 out of like the very rare foils that I got. So it's like, you know, I think it was like meant for this reading alone, of like, you gain that rarity of your highest self when you begin to move. And Christ is like, hey, whatever you do, as long as you are in high spirits, as long as you are realizing that, yes, there is a silver and gold version of you, and, you know, the joy is gold, but sometimes you do duel in that silver form. And that, you know, you being a lamp, right? I forgot to even say, it's like the fish lamp in the middle, and it like bumped the Christ card that's like, I was about to show you guys next, but, you know, fish lamp in the middle, like, you are my lamp. You have no, you know, bad brands on you could say. Go and be that glory dragon. Brigand the glory dragon. Go and be that glorious dragon, and be, like, you know, gain glory for both of us, Christ says. High five. Like, Christ says high five. To gaining glory for both of us, you know? It's like, that's what Christ wants, gaining glory for the both of you. You know, and I think that would go right into the last part of this reading, of Christ saying, you have my cape around you. Like, you can be you can be an archfiend. You can be an archfiend. You still have my cape. You still wear my colors. You still wave my banner. You know, it's like, you, no matter who you are, you wave my banner, Christ says. And, you know, I think that's like the biggest revelation that I could probably give on this channel is, wow. And I kind of like flipped this deck into the Holy Spirit card of really coming through there saying, you know, and this one looking at me as well. This one looking at me as well is, you know, no matter who you are, you can fight for Christ. No matter who you are, you can fight. And here's the thing, Christ wants you to gain glory for the both of you. For the both of you, not just him. Not just like everything you do is like, yeah, that was me. Like, that was all for me, like Christ says. Like, Christ would never want that. He wants to see you fulfill your dreams. If anything, like in his name, you know, it's like, how do I say this? Goblin Biker Grand Stampede. It's like you've been through the stampede. You know, you have shown what it means to like survive just off faith alone, to survive off just like knowing Christ, like just knowing that He's always with you. You have been through the stampedes, been through the storms, the warfare, even spiritually, mentally, physically, even. You know, for my fellow bodybuilders out there, my fellow, you know, like how do I say this? Not even bodybuilders, just, you know, people that really love to push their limits, my fellow limit breakers, I should say. I think it's a way better way to put it. Yeah, it's like, you know, fuse with my spirit, God says. Fuse with my spirit. You have, like, fuse with me, even, Christ says. Like, fuse with me. You know, I've seen you go through the stampedes of ego, of, you know, persisting, like needing to persist and needing to persevere. And, you know, you have spoken my name, you have whispered my name in prayer the whole time doing it. You know, it's like now I want you to get glory for both of us, because like you deserve it. Like you deserve the same kind of glory, Christ is saying. You know, like here's the thing, it's like I'll be your guide. I'll be your guide to awakening even further, Christ says. Like, you know, He will be with you in the abyss. He will be with you in the abyss. Like, you know, with shades on, being like, it's bright down here, kind of thing, you know? Like Christ is ready. Christ is ready to, like, here's the thing. Christ is ready to show you that there's no punishment. There's no punishment. You are a keeper of dragon magic. Whatever you do, you are a very necessary part to build this like Wakanda place. I'm looking at the, you know, like the scales of the dragon and the coloring in the necklace around it. It looks like very Black Panther suit. You know, building a Wakanda of, you know, people that simply want to grow and simply want to like innovate for things to like be more fun and more beautiful in a loving way, in a way that's not all about just one person, you know, like not like one for all, or sorry, not all for one. If we're thinking about My Hero Academia, not all for one, one for all kind of thing. Like Christ is like, you know, like the Holy Spirit is, I do love you on the timer. The Holy Spirit, you could say, is like a representation of so many things in so many different animes that I've seen. You know, Solo Leveling, being a vessel for the Holy Spirit. My Hero Academia, One for All, being like a literal, like, you know, like being the Avatar, right? Being the Avatar, like Avatar The Last Airbender. Like you are, you know, like you could say even like a reincarnation of Christ, right? You know, you can feel that way, and the more you do, you will become an avatar too of, you know, like the Nine I hear all the time. It's like, you know, being the ninth. And same with in that show in 316 on the timer. It's like being an avatar of Christ through like you being a vessel. You being a vessel of the Holy Spirit. You know, it's what Christ was, you could say, a vessel of the Holy Spirit, and one with the Father. Like you become one with the Father the more you fuse with Christ, and the more you fuse and, you know, kind of understand each other, and then go out and get glory for the both of you. Like you do things that, you know, Christ never got to do when He was here, and you also go out and get glory for you of the things that you want to do when you were here. You know, it's a beautiful thing, and there's openings like all the time for the both of you to come through, for the both of you to have glory, you could say, for the both of you to gain glory. High five. High five. You know, it's a beautiful thing to begin to fuse with God, to begin